I'm colorblind. Yes, the world doesn't exactly look black and white like you see here. I actually see some color, and most people do, but 1 in 12 men have color blindness of some level. So for me, the world looks like kind of like an old black and white movie that was recolored with very basic colors. I'm missing a lot of the colors, but let me fix that. Ah, hey, now we're talking life in full color, yes? These are EnChroma color blindness glasses. They take my bland, kind of bleached out color vision where I can't see a lot and make everything green. Can you see all the green over there in those trees? So can I. But for the first time in my life, and that's, well, I'll just tell you, I'm 40. These were a birthday present from my wife. So for 40 years, I didn't see all of the colors in the trees. I couldn't tell the difference. They all look kind of bland and kind of the same. I took a walk with my wife the first time I put them on. My wife and I go for a lot of walks around our neighborhood. So the first thing we did, put these on. It was a nice sunshiny day and we walked around the neighborhood. It didn't take me but about half a block to where I actually teared up and I had to stop walking for a moment and just let it sink in how much of the world that I was missing. The trees were so beautiful. I could see the red in the bricks on the houses. Until I wore these, I didn't realize that the houses in the neighborhood where we live actually had red bricks in the front of them. And I looked and I said to my wife, I didn't realize we had any homes with red brick in them. And it was like every third house I was able to see the red brick in the house. It was amazing and absolutely gorgeous. So you might be wondering, what's the big deal about being colorblind? My wife and I have talked about this quite a bit, and for me, I wasn't even able to shop for my own clothes before. I can't see colors well enough. I can't see all the colors. In fact, until I wore these, I never realized what the color of blue jeans really were. I found it interesting that one of the warnings on the glasses, you open it up and you get this little quick start guide, you know, a little single page thing, trifold type brochure looking thing, and it says, one of the precautions is do not drive with your color blindness glasses. And I thought, that's weird. I'm gonna drive with mine for sure. Well, the first trip, I actually did not drive with my glasses. The first time in a car with my glasses, with the EnChroma color blindness glasses, was with my wife driving. We had a couple errands to run. It was the day that she gave me the glasses, and so she took me through the city. And I'll tell you what, we were in the car for roughly 2 minutes, maybe a minute and a half. And we came up to the first street light, and the first traffic signal, the red, yellow, and green, as you can imagine for being colorblind, I can't always see those very clearly. We got into the middle of the intersection and we're turning, and I had a mild panic attack because I looked up, and while we're in the middle of the intersection, I couldn't, the color, the green of the light was so different than what I was used to seeing that I thought we were in the intersection on the wrong color light. I just couldn't process the actual color of the street light. You know, despite the fact that most of the time I have to go by what color or which light is on, and not by the color but by the position. I know that the bottom light, if it's a vertical traffic signal, the bottom light is the green for go and the top is the red for stop. So I know that. And here in Texas, we have a lot of lights that lay horizontal. And so the left is your big red light and the right is your green for go. So I know those positions, and if I can see the light, which I can, you know, I can see that it's on. That's how I've done a lot of my driving. I can just see the position of the light and off I go. I've never been through an intersection on the wrong light simply because I know how the light works. But when you are startled because you've never seen the color of green from a traffic light before, you can't drive with these. Now, it may be something that I get used to enough to where I can drive in the future, but every time I put these on, and I've been wearing these about a week, and every time I put these glasses on, I see new colors that I haven't seen before. Literally stuff that normal vision, color vision people see, I don't see. I can see yellows and oranges. I can tell the difference between pink and red now. You know how awesome that is? To not be that colorblind? Anyway, my wife wasn't really sure didn't quite understand how bad my colorblindness was. Until one day, well, you know, the whole having to match my clothes for me, not a big deal. She didn't think much of it. But one day we were getting ready to go to an outdoor event. And we have those little folding chairs. You know, you throw them in the back of the car, you get to a park, you unfold them, and, you know, you sit. And they're semi-comfy. Well, we have a handful of those, and one of them is blue and one of them is purple. She said, "Hey, Scott, go. I want the blue chair." I said, "Okay." So I went to the garage and I got the blue chair. The problem is, I grabbed the purple one and I couldn't tell the difference. She said that was the moment that she knew my colorblindness was, you know, pretty bad as far as its effect on my everyday life, and that's when she started seriously considering doing something like the EnChroma glasses. Is it worth it? Yeah, life-changing. Oh, you see, for all of you normal color vision people, do you see my skin? It's warm out today. It's not hot. We're kind of in the morning. It's before noon, which is a good time to get out in Texas during the summer because it does get hot. My skin is red. 40 years and I have never seen my skin get red out in the sun. And it's not because I'm sunburned. I'm just out here and I'm getting hot. I'm sweating a little bit. It's amazing. My own skin tone. And that may sound silly, but for 40 years I didn't know my own color of my skin. It's absolutely phenomenal. And you would think, oh, it's so simple. The whole, you know, my face getting flushed in the heat. My hand, it's absolutely incredible to be able to see red, the red in my skin. Absolutely, I mean, I have no words. It's absolutely incredible. I had no idea that so much color existed. It's pretty sweet.